Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam, and we have some very, very, very special guests from out of the county, out of the state, and even out of the country who came all the way to Jasper, Indiana to not only visit us, but to spread knowledge and awareness and be a great ambassador to this fantastic program. So we have Jessica Himmselsbach, the German wine princess of this year from Germany, of course, Pfaffenweiler, Baden, all that fun stuff. And then we have Julia Noll, who is the Baden Wine Queen for this year. And there's a lot to go over, but we are super excited to have you both today and to be able to see Jessica again and Julia to invite you here for the first time for something quite unique that Jasper has with Germany and with Pfaffenweiler and Baden. So thank you for coming today.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We're so excited to be here in the US and be here today. So thank you very much for that opportunity.
Thank you both. So we've got a lot to kind of unpack, but specifically, we in our area here, the sister cities of Jasper and Pfaffenweiler have been working behind the scenes with various German organizations in Indiana to give you guys the whole press tour junket all around the state. So locally, that's the group that's really done a lot to bring you ladies both here, and they have their upcoming Wine and Dine Your Valentine event, which is wine themed, so why not bring the wine queens to talk about that stuff? So we've got that going on this weekend, but before we get to that, can you guys kind of explain like the trip to how you became the wine princesses and wine queens and like your experiences? Like this, for a lot of people, they don't understand that this is not a beauty competition. This is what you guys do for a living.
Yeah, it's important to say that we're not just pretty and wave and be there for for our looking. So we have to have a lot of knowledge about wine and wine growing, wine making, of the market and wine industry. And that's the reason why you have to have a background about wine or a apprenticeship or such learnings before you can apply for the wine queen. I think that's important, or that's different than to other product queens or something like this. And in this year, if we are able to be a wine queen or wine princess, we have so much to do, so many things. So we're doing wine moderations, tastings, greetings at festivals. We're going to the politicians, speaking with them about the issues from the winemakers. So we're able to get more contacts, so we can use our voice and say, okay, what's going on in our industry and what do we need for the industry? And I think that's important.
Yeah, and like Julia said, it's quite a long way to being able to wear that crown, so you have to have the knowledge. So actually it is a competition, like being a wine queen or a wine ambassador, like we like to say. It has a long tradition in Germany. So there are a lot of wine growing villages where they would have their own wine princess. But what unites us all is that we have our 13 wine growing regions all over Germany, and each and every one of the region has their own regional wine queen, sometimes even princesses added to that. So in the Baden area, we have one wine queen and two wine princesses. And then all 13 of the queens of the different wine growing regions go to the competition to apply for the German wine queen. So like, for example, the competition to be the wine queen of Baden, in the morning, like we had a jury with about 40 people from the wine business, tourism industry, all over basically. And then in the morning we had to answer 10 questions about winemaking, about the vineyards, about the region, about selling, marketing, about wine food combination, basically everything that you can think of regarding the topic. And then afterwards there are 3 people getting picked to be the princesses, and then you go on stage, and then there's a blind tasting. You have to hold speeches, just show that you have the knowledge about wine and winemaking and can present yourself on stage, and then the queen gets picked. So it's quite a long process. And for being a German wine ambassador as well, like the finals are on TV, and there are like a lot of people watching live TV Friday night, 8 o'clock. So it's quite a big deal in Germany.
Yes, it sure sounds like it. And for those who maybe still are a little confused, I mean, this is you have to know your wines. You have to know how to grow them, how to fully develop it into wine. You have to know how to market it. You have to know how to do X, Y, and Z. And there's so much behind that you guys have to know and present that knowledge to multiple different, I guess, categories or on multiple different ways. So that is a lot to take in, but it's a lot that you guys have to do. But obviously, you know what you're doing. You're here. You got some nice hardware up there. So it is. You can tell how dedicated you are to this type of thing. And again, you guys are both ambassadors, so you're here to spread the word.
Well, thank you so much. And I think that's the most important thing. And that's, besides all the knowledge and everything, the most important thing to show the jury that you have the passion for it and that you can spread the passion with other people and make other people passionate about German wines, because that's what it's all about. But also show, like, represent the winemakers, show how much hard work it is. And actually, one thing I just wanted to add so people don't get it confused, it isn't really, like, it is a job, yes. Like, there are a lot of hours going into it, but we actually do it voluntarily. So we get some costs covered and everything, but still, it's not like a real job.
So we're still working.
Yeah, we're still working on the side.
Still working.
As much as we can. Not full time, obviously, but yeah.
Wow. You were in Germany, in Baden, you know, that's where you guys are from. So you guys arrived in Chicago earlier this week, and you've been making your way down to Jasper, and you've actually been doing a lot on that trip.
Yeah, right. So last year was different because we actually flew into Louisville and then started in Jasper. And this time it will be best comes last. So we'll finish our trip in Jasper. So we actually flew into Chicago, had some struggles because our flight got canceled twice. So it did cost us a nerve, but we got there. And then we flew into Chicago, went from the airport to the first event, had a beautiful wine tasting. It was so much fun at the Dankhaus in Chicago, which is like a German-American cultural center. And we met some awesome people, like native people from Germany. We had such a blast. And then on Sunday morning, we did a little bit of sightseeing as much as we could, and then went down to Lafayette, had another tasting in the evening as well. And then Monday was really special for both of us because it was something totally new. We're in the university, so we went to Purdue for the whole day and got the chance to talk in front of some classes, talk about Germany, about German wines, about the specialities, held a wine tasting in the evening. But we're also able to meet some German students and meet the Department of Food Science. So we were really thankful for the hospitality. And then we went to Indy.
You guys just got done traveling down here today, so we are again super thankful for the opportunity to talk with you guys. And you're going to be spending the next few days here in Southern Indiana. You've got high school tours or talks to have. You guys will be at the Wine and Dine, your Valentine event, doing your thing. They have the wonderful food paired with the German wines, so you guys will actually be doing the tours of that. And of course, then you guys have some extra activities.
That's right. So we'll be at Holiday Liquor here in Jasper on Sunday, starting from 12 to 2 o'clock, and we'll just be there, do a little tasting, just be there to chit chat. And I think that's the most important thing, to just get in touch with each other. And that also, I think for us as ambassadors, is always a great opportunity, because for us it's not only about sharing how great our wines are, but also sharing all the work that lays behind each and every one of the classes of wine. So just to talk to the people about how much work the German winemakers, the German wine growers put into the wine. So that's a great opportunity to just get in touch.
Yes, I think a lot of people should be excited about that. Again, it's 12 o'clock to 2 p.m. in Jasper at the Holiday Liquors. And I mean, that's for you guys to have just an open house event where people can come and maybe ask questions, talk with you.
Yeah.
I think for Americans, we take it for granted. We do have a lot of commercialization of various processes, especially winemaking. I don't know if we have that many wineries that are as detailed, but I know from the way that you guys speak about the wine growing, making, and fermenting process, it takes a lot more, especially those German wines that you make so special.
Yeah, it takes a lot more. And I think what I said at the beginning as well, like, people underestimate what big part of a culture. Like winemaking, wine growing is in Germany. It's not only, we like to say it's not only a beverage, it's a culture, and that's really what it is. It help, or it forms our culture, it forms our landscape. It's just, yeah, it's such a big part of us, of our identity, of our living in Germany. So yeah, you want to
Yeah, I think it's a whole feeling. So people come in our regions to go for vacation. So it's a whole tourism industry. When you have vineyards, wine industry in there, and additional to the wine, we have the food. So we have like local restaurants. They're open for seasons, for like in spring and in harvest for like 6 weeks, and they do traditional food, and you can go there and have fun with friends. So it's a whole culture, the wine industry. It's not just an drink with alcohol.
Yeah. Yes, and I think again, we are in our area here in Du Bois County. I think we celebrate, of course, our German heritage with the Strassenfest and whatnot. But I will say the Du Bois County residents, they do like their alcoholic beverages. But again, this highlights that it's more than just the drink. It's about that community and that sense of being together with people that make this stuff and making it more special than I think we take for granted every single day.
Yeah, and just appreciating the wine and appreciating the difference as well. Like like I said before, when people ask what's your favorite wine, for me, my favorite wine is the wine that represents the heritage, because we have so much differences in Germany. Like with all the 13 wine growing regions, we have different terroirs, different soils, different grape varieties. So there's just so much to explore and to talk about and just to enjoy and figure out and learn. Yeah.
You've got the big wine tasting event on Saturday night and then again on Sunday. So before we kind of wrap it up here, ladies, is there anything that you'd like to say to people watching or to the community or anything like that? I mean, I'm just floored by, of course, your knowledge and your kindness. But again, you guys come to deliver the message and to bring this to people who may not experience it every day. Yeah. So, I mean, I want to make sure you guys have the floor if there's anything you'd like to say, because it is a fantastic opportunity.
I think for both of us, it was just so awesome to see how people here celebrate the German heritage. Like not only people that came here, like who were born in Germany, but also people whose parents, grandparents came from Germany, how they cherish it and hold it up and like speak the German language. And I think Jasper is the perfect example for that. So we're just so glad to see, and we're just so happy to have this exchange like between the US and Germany. And like we said yesterday, we met actually with a man who is on the German parliament, and he was here as well in Indianapolis, and he said the same, like that's just worth so much more than money could ever give you. So we're really thankful for that.
I can definitely, I can feel it, and it is very refreshing to see that connection is still there, even for people who may not be directly involved with it. I took it for granted, and now that I hear this, it has changed my mind.
I think that's like, we're in the time where like we take way too much for granted all the time. So it's just really refreshing to see that and just step a step back and just look at it. And something that has to do with wine, maybe one last thing, is just enjoy wine. Like a lot of people think about wine or about German wines as like something really complicated or complex, like you have to know everything in order to taste it, but that's really not the case. Like just try it, just be open, try something new, like get to know the wines. We figured out that a lot of people here in the US think like Riesling can only be sweet, but that's not the case. There's so much more to it. So just be open, enjoy it, and yeah, don't take wine too serious because it's so much fun.
Don't take wine too serious. I think I'll have to live by that. But Julia, do you have anything you'd like to share?
It's a great pleasure to be here and see what lovely people living here and do so many things for us, and be grateful to having us here. And we're so thankful about it.
The feelings are mutual, which is super exciting. We do appreciate your time, and I will ask the same thing you got asked on radio. If anyone wants to keep in touch with the wine queens and princesses, how best can we, like, how can we hit you up on the gram? How can we be more tech savvy? Because a lot of people, they're going to see you this week, and they're going to be like, I want to follow these ladies wherever they go.
Oh, we would love that so much. So I heard you will share it as well, so that makes it way easier. But for me, you can follow me. The easiest is on Instagram with German Wine Ambassadors. So that's quite easy. Just Instagram German Wine Ambassadors, and there we share our lives, most of our events and stuff, and obviously all the things that we're able to experience here in the US. And we also always, like, if we make postings, we try to write it in English as well. So
Awesome.
it's fit for everyone.
Yes, and Julia's got a separate one, but we'll make sure all of this will be in the description. Everybody will have, you click on it and go. Nothing too crazy. So
So good, because mine is on German. It's Badische Weinhoheiten. So get in touch with it with the link, so it's way easier.
And also, maybe, if I may just add,
Please.
also follow the sister cities.
Yes.
Because they also have Instagram and Facebook, and they post a lot about the sister city ships, so that would be great as well.
yes, and I know they've been doing a fantastic job sharing your adventures in America here this past week. So
Yes.
it's a wonderful resource, and we appreciate you sharing all of those things. Hopefully somebody clicks the follow button for both of you, but we'll kind of wrap it up because there's a lot you guys have to do, but hopefully somebody learned something today, and I want to take your spirit in what you do and the winemaking into things that I do every single day. So just know that your energy is contagious, and there is a reason. There is a reason why you both are ambassadors. So we appreciate your time today, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your visit here in our area.
Thank you so much, and we appreciate your time as well. Thank you so much for having us again and giving us this opportunity.
Thank you both. You are wonderful. And thank you so much at home for watching. This has been your 18 WJTS in.form with special guests from Germany, Baden, Pfaffenweiler, all of the sister city things. And we are local people watching local people.